Hey everyone, welcome to this explainer. Today we're diving into a story that honestly defies logic, defies time, and just completely shatters what we think of human endurance. An aging athlete pushing far, far beyond normal physical limits. Because we are literally talking about a man doing the impossible on the world's biggest stage. And it all starts with this heavy question that plagued Lionel Messi right as he entered the 2026 World Cup. Picture a slumped, just totally exhausted stick figure player, right? Is the magic finally fading? I mean, at his age, a lot of people across the globe genuinely believed his World Cup days were completely over. The general consensus was, the tank was empty, the legs were gone, and that magic that defined an entire generation was finally running out. Okay, let's dive into this. 38. Now, sure, it's just a number, but in the international football, it is a massive, impenetrable wall. At 38 years old, most football legends, well, they simply don't play anymore. They retire long before they ever hit this number. Some step to the sidelines and become coaches, right? While others step away entirely and just become memories. But not this man. Defying absolutely everything we know about the sport, he just started his 2026 World Cup campaign with a hat trick.
Section 1. Define age and expectations. The burden of champions.
You see, it wasn't just Messi's age weighing him down here. Argentina arrived carrying the absolute ghosts of the past. So on one side, you have these huge, massive tournament expectations, basically the kind any top-tier team faces. But balanced against that, you have this crushing weight of football history placed squarely on the shoulders of the defending champions. It is an almost impossible burden to carry out onto the pitch. Section 2. The 64-year curse. Chasing 1962. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the historical obstacle standing right in their way. To really understand what Argentina is actually trying to accomplish here, you have to understand the sheer mind-boggling historical rarity of a repeat. 64. That is the staggering number of years of failure since any nation has successfully defended a World Cup title. Just think about that for a second. Think about how many legendary teams, how many golden generations, how many totally unstoppable squads have come and gone over 6.5 decades. All of them tried to defend their crown, and every single one of them failed. You literally have to go all the way back to Brazil in 1962. They were the absolute last back-to-back champions. Since then, it's like this heavy, dark, curse-like cloud has hung menacingly over our whiteboard timeline of previous winners. That cloud has hovered over every single defending champion since '62, just waiting to strike them down. This is the history Argentina is carrying, guys. This is the exact curse they are trying to break. Section 3, the hat trick masterclass. Argentina versus Algeria. Let's move to and see how this builds, because how did they actually start this impossible quest? Well, Algeria wasn't there to just roll over, right? Making their first World Cup appearance since 2014, they fought, they pressed, they desperately looked for answers. But the opening whistle blows, and boom, 17 minutes in, the first goal arrives. The stadium completely erupts. Algeria desperately tries to respond, but then, bam, in the 60th minute, the legend strikes again. 2 goals. At 38 years old, the impossible suddenly looked incredibly normal. And the chaotic stick figure action just keeps going right up to minute 76, the moment that completed the story. Hat trick, 3 goals, 1 completely unforgettable night. But I want you to just stop and take a breath for a second. Think about the number 4. Because the absolute craziest part of the night, the detail that makes this performance almost frightening, at 38 years old, he actually put the ball in the back of the net 4 separate times. Yeah, but then the offside flag. A flag went up, ended the celebration, and basically made that 4th goal disappear into thin air. Picture a giant red whiteboard marker just crossing out that number 4. So 3 goals officially counted on the scoreboard, 1 crossed out. Section 4. Chasing history, not memories. A message to the world. If you look at the broader impact of this opening match, this wasn't just a win for Argentina. Those 3 goals that counted, they sent a shockwave across the globe. It was a terrifying warning to every single other team in the tournament. So the crucial point is this quote right here. Messi isn't chasing memories, he's chasing history. That completely summarizes his impossible masterclass at 38 years old. He's not out there for a victory lap, He's not there to wave to the fans and remember the good old days, no way. He is there to shatter that 64-year curse and rewrite the history books once and for all. And that leaves us right here, staring at this final lingering question. Who can stop a legend? After just one single match, the tone is absolutely set. The impossible looks entirely possible again. And as the 2026 World Cup rolls on, one thing is for sure.
The world is watching. Thanks for joining me for this explainer. I really hope it brought this incredible moment to life for you.